This house looked like any other. Quiet, ordinary, almost peaceful. But inside these walls, something happened that would haunt people for decades. Because this house was tied to a tragedy that tore a family apart. And what happened next was even worse. It was November 13th, 1974, Amityville, New York. A quiet suburban neighborhood where nothing ever really happened until that night. Police arrived at a modest home on Ocean Avenue after receiving a desperate call. Inside, they uncovered a tragic scene. A mother, a father, and their 4 children, all of them gone by morning. Whoever did it was still inside the house. 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr. At first, he claimed it wasn't him. He said voices told him to do it. But later, he confessed. One by one, his family was lost during a single night while they slept. What made it even stranger, none of the neighbors heard anything. No screams, no struggle, just silence. The house was eventually put up for sale, and despite what happened there, it didn't stay empty for long. 1 year later, George and Kathy Lutz moved in with their 3 children. They knew what had happened there, but the price was too good to ignore. A large house, beautiful location, a fresh start, or so they thought. At first, everything seemed normal. The family unpacked, they settled in, tried to build a new life. But almost immediately, something felt off. Cold spots appeared in certain rooms. Even when the heat was on, doors would open on their own. At night, they began hearing sounds, footsteps, whispers, something moving when no one was there. George Lutz started waking up every single night at exactly 3:15 a.m. At the exact same time it had all happened, night after night, he would wake up feeling drawn, as if something inside the house was pulling him deeper into it. His personality began to change. He became distant, irritable, obsessed with the house. Meanwhile, Kathy noticed something else. The children were talking to someone, an imaginary friend they called Jody. But Jody wasn't like other imaginary friends. The children described it as a creature with glowing red eyes, watching them from the window. Then things got worse, much worse. Black stains began appearing on the walls, a thick, green substance oozing from cracks. Swarms of flies would gather in certain rooms, even in the middle of winter. The smell was unbearable, rotting, decay, like something inside the house was dying or waking up. One day, the Lutz family invited a priest to bless the house. As he walked through the rooms, he suddenly froze. He later claimed he heard a voice, loud, clear, violent. "Get out!" Moments later, he suddenly felt very unwell and refused to ever return. After that, the activity exploded. Doors slammed shut with force. Windows shook. Furniture moved. The house felt alive. George claimed he would see shadows moving through the halls. At night, he felt something watching him, something waiting. One evening, he stood staring into the darkness for hours, as if he wasn't alone anymore. Storms began raging outside, relentless, violent. Inside the house, the tension became unbearable. The children screamed, Kathy panicked, and George was no longer himself. It felt like the same thing that drove Ronald DeFeo was now inside him, waiting. After just 28 days, the Lutz family couldn't take it anymore. In the middle of the night, they grabbed whatever they could and ran. They left everything behind: clothes, furniture, memories, and they never came back. Their story quickly spread. Books were written. Movies were made. Some believed they survived something truly evil. Others claimed it was all a hoax, an elaborate story made for money. To this day, no one agrees on what really happened. Was it real, or was it all just a lie? The house still stands, quiet, unchanged. Families have lived there since. Most report nothing unusual. But sometimes, late at night, people claim they still feel it, watching, waiting. So tell me, what do you think? Would you stay in that house for one night? Alone, in the dark,